back to the beginning of another week. It's week 29 and the garden is growing like crazy. I got a lot of stuff done this last week because the weather was finally somewhat reasonable. This next week, the weather's going to be back up to kind of unreasonable. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to take you around and show you what I got done. I'm kind of excited. And since it's going to be so hot, I don't really have any plans for this next week. So we'll just wing it. Okay, so out in the garden, things are looking pretty lush, despite the fact that it's been incredibly hot. I did get out and I've started doing some weeding because the garden really needed it. I've been harvesting the shallots there so I can get that bed prepped for later. Haven't done anything else with the irrigation out here, but it does seem to be working. There are some little glitches with this thing shifting from lane to lane, so I need to kind of figure that out. But for the most part, these two beds, which had their irrigation added, and my bed over there, which had its irrigation added, seem to be doing okay. The tomatoes are coming in. I have eggplants coming in. All of my lettuces have like gone crazy and I need to give those to the chickens. The sea of volunteer tomatoes is doing its thing, and I'm not really like worried about any of the plants out there. I do have some bug damage despite the netting, so I might have to get in there and try to hunt down some caterpillars or something. But we're actually not really eating any of the brassicas. And these are all of my kalettes, which won't be ready for quite a while. So I'm not actually sure if I'm going to continue growing brassicas because we don't really eat them, but we'll see. Mr. B is doing his walk around. I have a new arch. I'm very excited. I've been thinking about this project for a while, but while putting it on, I actually found out that we have a wasp nest inside my sink. So I also need to figure out what to do with that. The wasps last week, who ended up stinging me, were actually living inside this thing. I don't know if I can really show you, but I'll throw in some photos. But basically on the top here, there's a nest, which I had to kill because it's just not in a good spot. Generally, I like to just kind of leave them alone and let them do their thing, but not when they're right in the middle of my space. So this is my new arch. It's going to be the future home of probably this passion fruit vine if it survives. So it's been living here and it hasn't been liking it. So I have some growth, but it hasn't been like thriving here, and I think it's just not getting enough sun. So the idea is to potentially move it. Everything else is doing its thing. I have a new distribution tubing coming up here, which then goes to Squash Island. So Squash Island has been automated, and there's emitters for all of the melons and winter squash. There's also this tube that goes all the way along the side there with emitters to each of my zucchinis. I staked my zucchinis finally. For the last couple of seasons, I've been wanting to grow zucchinis like more vertically, and I had just let them do their thing. But now I did finally get around to staking. So everybody's been staked up. We have zucchinis coming in. Most of them are doing pretty well. This one is the Easy Pick Gold, and that one's the one that's doing the worst. And I'm not really sure why, but we'll see what happens. The tomatoes in here also have like their irrigation set up. So yeah, we don't have a lot of winter squash coming in. We have this one, this butternut is doing its thing. And we have these, which are a new winter squash that I'm trying this year, and I forget the name of them. But yeah, I think we may be getting some kabochas too. Those are my favorites, so I'm always eager when they decide to show up. But yeah, this distribution thing is kind of set up. So it's currently automating the line that goes down here and the line that goes up to the squash. And then my idea is that I've started placing another line here, which is going to go up that way and serve the squash. I mean, serve the potatoes. And then over here, I'll show you, yeah, all this stuff needs to get cleaned up. Over here, whew, I actually redid my my orchard irrigation. Not completely, but it got moved because this tube was originally along this fence line. And my original idea was that the one tube was going to give water to all the trees and all the kiwis. But with the pressure and the fact that I'm actually using these like 360 distributors, they actually give out quite a bit of water when they run. So I don't think I have enough pressure to do 2 distributors per tree and potentially 2 distributors per kiwi vine. So my plan is to also run another distribution line along the kiwis, and basically the kiwis will get watered on their own, the orchard will get watered on its own, and those tubes will eventually go up into the potager and be automated from the system there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Just a lot more irrigation. Seeing as we're here, I'll show off some of my plums. We don't have a lot, and they got worms or bugs or something eating at them, but it's okay. This is the first year that we have anything growing in the orchard, so I wasn't expecting much, and the fact that we have anything is kind of cool. So yeah, we have like these little plums and stuff. So we'll see if we get to eat any of them or if the birds end up getting them all. But yeah, that is it for this week. I hope you had a good one, and I will see you next week. Bye.